So you've just been told you have intermediate dry AMD, and if you're feeling a little overwhelmed, you're not alone. Suddenly you have this new diagnosis, you've got another appointment on the calendar, and your doctor might have said something like, look into eye vitamins. It's a lot to process all at once.
And that, of course, leads to the big question, right? Is this whole vitamin thing actually worth it? I mean, worth the money, worth remembering to take it every day? That is the exact question we are going to unpack right now.
So let's just cut right through all the marketing hype and the confusing labels. In the next few minutes, we're going to break down what the big, landmark AREDS2 study actually says so you can make a decision that you feel really good about.
Okay, let's dive into this, because honestly, this is the most important piece of the entire puzzle. Before we can even ask if these supplements work, we have to get really clear on what work means when we're talking about intermediate AMD.
And here it is. For intermediate AMD, work does not mean a cure. It's not going to make your vision sharper by next Tuesday. What it does mean is lowering the odds, the risk that your condition progresses to the more advanced stage over a period of years. Think of it like a seatbelt. It doesn't help you drive better, and you don't even notice it's there until it does its job. It's all about managing risk in the background. This slide really lays it all out, doesn't it? It shows the difference between what we all hope for versus what the science actually shows. Of course, we hope for a quick fix, clearer vision, an end to the blur. But the AREDS2 study points to something different. It points to a long-term strategy, a tool to manage your risk. It's not a magic pill, but it is a plan. And here is the big number, straight from the National Eye Institute. For the specific group of people in the study, those with intermediate AMD, this formula reduced their risk of progressing to advanced AMD by about 25%. Now, that's not 100%, but it's a really significant number. It's like having a statistical edge working in your favor every single day.
Okay, so that's the why. We get it. Now let's get practical and talk about the what. You're standing in the pharmacy aisle, looking at a wall of bottles. What are you actually supposed to look for on that label?
The AREDS2 formula is a very specific recipe. It's not just lutein. It's this exact combination. Lutein and zeaxanthin, vitamin C and E, zinc, and, this is a key one, copper. Why the copper? Well, it's in there to balance out that high dose of zinc. So if a bottle doesn't have this core group of ingredients, it's not the formula that got that 25% risk reduction in the study.
Now, I need you to listen very carefully to this next part. This is an urgent safety warning. If you are a current smoker, or if you used to smoke, the National Eye Institute is crystal clear. You need to avoid any formula that contains beta-carotene. Studies have actually linked high-dose beta-carotene supplements to a higher risk of lung cancer in smokers. This is exactly why the original formula was upgraded to AREDS2. They took the beta-carotene out and replaced it with lutein and zeaxanthin.
Okay, what about omega-3s? You see this on labels all the time. Now with omega-3s! And look, omega-3s are fantastic for your overall health, but the AREDS2 study actually tested this. They added omega-3s to the formula to see if it helped even more, and the results were clear. It did not provide any extra benefit for slowing down AMD progression.
I just love this little story. Someone got their diagnosis, bought the supplement, but then left it in their car for 3 days because they were just paralyzed by what it all meant. Finally, they took a closer look and realized the bottle said support, not cure. And in that moment, the bottle stopped being the scary, magical object and just became what it is, a tool, just one part of their overall health plan.
And that brings us to the most important question of all. Honestly, the biggest mistake you can make here is buying something out of fear or because of a flashy ad, instead of based on your actual medical situation. So, is this formula the right one for you?
Let's just walk through this quick checklist together. The AREDS2 evidence is for people whose doctor has specifically documented intermediate AMD or for those who already have advanced AMD in just one eye. You also have to check with your doctor to make sure taking high-dose supplements is safe with any other health conditions or medications you have. And one more time for safety, if you have a smoking history, you have to go for the beta-carotene-free formula.
This chart is a great way to see your options. If you tick the boxes on that checklist, the AREDS2 formula is your evidence-backed path. But yeah, it takes consistency. If you're not in that specific group, you might choose lutein and zeaxanthin on their own for general nutrition, or focus on getting these nutrients from food. But it's important to know those other paths don't have that same level of scientific proof for slowing AMD progression. It's all about figuring out which lane is yours.
Okay, let's put this all together and turn it into a real plan.
The goal here isn't to leave you with more questions. It's to give you a super simple roadmap to get from feeling confused to feeling clear and in control, and you can start on this today.
Here it is, your 4-step plan. It's that simple. 1. Confirm your exact stage with your eye clinic. 2. Screen for safety. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about your full medication list. 3. Choose the right label, especially that beta-carotene-free version if that applies to you. And 4. If you decide it's the right move, make it a daily habit. That's where the potential benefit really comes from.
And to make that doctor's appointment as easy as possible, here is the exact script you can use. You can literally write this down and take it with you. Is my AMD intermediate? If yes, do you recommend an AREDS2 formula? And should I avoid beta-carotene based on my smoking history? It's direct, it's clear, and it gets you the exact answers you need.
So, after all of this, what's the one thing you should do? It's this. Confirm the exact stage of your AMD. That one piece of information is everything. It takes that confusing supplement aisle with all its noise and promises and turns it into a simple, clear choice that you can actually feel confident about.